how do I explain this? So this deadbeat named Nate thought it would be a good idea to take a trip to Africa with his two daughters, Mare and Nora, or as I like to call them, the walking chia pet in a mood swing wearing a hoodie. Nate took the girls on this trip to try and reconnect after their mom died. The family gets off a plane and takes in their surroundings.
Oh my gosh, heinously hot. I'm melting, man. I've gotta breathe.
The writers really expect us to believe heinously is part of this little girl's everyday vocabulary. And why are you complaining about it being hot when you're dressed in a quarter zip and jeans with another jacket tied around your waist? Considering all these big words she throws around, you'd think she'd know a couple basic facts about Africa. Like, for example, it's hot. The trio meets up with a wildlife expert and family friend Martin, who's gonna be showing them around, and Nora basically tries to roast this man alive as soon as she sees him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Last time I saw you
were
were
just
just
a little half of a man.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Martin takes the family to his house and Nora asks the first of many stupid questions in this movie.
What's your Wi-Fi password, just so I can, like connect to it?
Sorry, we don't actually have Wi-Fi or cell phone signal here.
What?
You just expected Wi-Fi all the way out here in the middle of bumfuck Africa? Like, if you don't pick up a book, Mare finds some of her mom's old photos and can't believe her eyes.
These photos are amazing. Wow.
I love this tree.
We actually called it the Amachle tree.
That tree look like it got meningitis. Can trees get meningitis? Is that a thing? After dinner, Mare shows Martin some of her pictures while Idris Elba sits in the back trying to act like he isn't going through withdrawal from not using his British accent.
Oh, man, we gotta restart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really amazing.
Thank you.
Hey? Yeah, did you see that your mom's stuff? It's actually got the same kind of soul to it. You are really talented.
Nora takes a look around in the old tetanus shed, and Mare makes things awkward for everyone after Nate fails to show interest in Mare's photography.
Problem is that in the last 10 minutes, Martin just showed more interest in my photography than you have in the last year.
What?
Which is the same amount of time that you showed our mother.
She must not be wrong, because bro didn't even try to defend himself. Later that night, Nate and Martin have a drink, well, a couple drinks, and have some deep conversation about Nate's wife and the effect her death had on them.
Can I ask you a question? Why didn't you come to the funeral?
He never said yes. Like, why are you talking?
And I missed the signs of her cancer.
It's not how it works.
Hey, I'm a doctor, okay? I'm a doctor and I know what death looks like. I wasn't home to look it in the eye and say, no, you can't take her.
Bro claims to be a doctor, but he thinks he can just stop cancer by telling it no. The next morning, the family gets ready to go on a safari. The group passes by an old abandoned school that definitely won't be important later, and then they meet up with Bonji, another wildlife expert who takes everyone to see a pride of lions. I guess Bonji was one too many black people for Martin to be around at once because he feels the need to remind himself how white he is. So he does some good old-fashioned white people shit.
Easy.
Fuck no. Just rubbing his head all over him like you gonna get fleas, man. One of the lions has a wound on their paw and Bonji and Martin suspect poachers to be the culprits. Bonji takes off and Martin suggests to stop by a nearby village to ask around about what happened to the injured lion. When they pull up to the village, the villagers seem to be missing, so the group takes a look around.
Fire's still hot.
Well, yeah. It's fire. It's supposed to be hot. Nate decides it's time to leave, but Martin soon finds where all the villagers went.
Jesus, hang on. Nate, go back to the girls.
What?
What is it?
It's okay. Just stay close, okay? Guys, you gotta go. You can't see, okay? I just need you to walk away for a second.
Stay close, walk away. Pick one. You confusing these poor girls. After seeing such a massacre, the group hightails it out of there, but they can't get a hold of anyone due to the mountains blocking radio signal. The family spots an injured man who survived the village massacre, and the group, using the awareness and critical thinking of a ham sandwich, stops to help the man. The next hour of this movie could have been avoided if they had just put the man in the car and left, but they decide to stick around while Martin fulfills his white man destiny and goes to investigate a suspicious noise. And Nate tries to revive the hurt man who is very dead at this point. After Martin finds out what happens when you fuck around, Nate and the girls finally meet who I am truly rooting for in this movie. The lion tries to get his grub on, but Nate plays a mean game of footsies. Mare ends up getting in the driver's seat and just floors it. And I like how they waited until the lion got a hold of Nate's leg before driving the fucking car. Thanks to Mare's top-notch driving skills, she runs the car straight into a tree on the edge of a cliff after moving the distance of a Chick-fil-A drive-thru. After some more pointless panicking from the girls, a badly injured Martin reaches out on a walkie. Nate walks him through treating his wounds, but Martin already beat him to it.
I need you to stop the bleeding. I need you to take your belt off, wrap it around your leg, and I need you to pull that shit tight.
did that already, bro. It's not really helping.
You did that? Okay. Okay.
This nigga is no fucking help. Doctor my ass. After losing his 3-piece dinner in a car, the lion goes back for another taste of Martin. But for some reason, it doesn't attack him because Martin is near water. Lions can swim. This nigga's ass should have been grass a long time ago. Martin tells Nate the lion is staring at him, and Nate, being unaware of what a lion even is, thinks it would be a good idea to try and rescue Martin at that very moment.
He's staring right at me.
The lion is staring right at you? We gotta come get you, man.
Nigga, you dumb as hell.
Nate digs around the car and finds a tranq rifle, and with this newfound tool, he cooks up another stupid plan.
We have the tranq rifle. If we shoot this thing, it might just buy us some time to come get you.
No. That's a terrible idea.
This man's bleeding out and barely conscious, but is somehow the most competent one in this situation. These niggas can't even open a sunroof without getting in each other's way.
No, guys, wait.
Stop touching. Just stay in the car, okay?
Okay.
Martin mentions he's located near a hunter's blind, and after Nate learns what a hunter's blind is, he sees it in the distance. Now, multiple things are going to happen in the next couple seconds that almost made me turn this movie off. First of all, after spotting the hunter's blind, Mare immediately jumps out of the car in an effort to see where Martin is, because if she, and I quote, doesn't do something, he's gonna die.
Get back in the car right now.
No, we have to do something or he's gonna die.
Second, the lion comes back. Big fucking surprise. And Nate misses every shot with the tranq rifle. Now, say you're in this scenario and you have the tranq rifle. Would you, A, take all the tranq darts and make sure that you have them ready for reload in case you miss your shot? Or B, would you take one dart and keep the rest inside the car with your broccoli-headed daughter, leaving it up to her to pass them to you one by one through a small grate on the top of a sunroof? The answer is pretty obvious, right? So Nate ends up under the car, and instead of the lion forgetting about him and going after Mare, it sticks around long enough to end up with a tranq dart in his ass, hand delivered by Jackson 5. Meanwhile, by the grace of God and plot armor, Mare makes it to Martin unscathed and carries him back to the car because apparently she's a Navy SEAL. Nate patches Martin up with some freaky tongue action, and Nora and Mare continue to be problematic and make a bad situation even worse.
Someone's gonna come find us. I promise you, okay?
Don't make another promise you can't keep. And you promised her that our mother wasn't gonna die. And she held my hands and she assured me that our mother was gonna be okay.
Mary, you just shut the hell up for one goddamn second.
If I was Nate, Mufasa would have had a full belly by now. And the movie almost does exactly what I'm thinking, but sadly it's just Nate having a nightmare. The group is woken by the sound of potential rescuers over the radio, but it turns out to be poachers. Apparently the lion is the sole survivor of a pride that the poachers killed, which explains why it's on demon timing. And the poachers are looking to finish the job. Nate convinces the poachers to help, but after they recognize Martin as an anti-poacher, someone who kills poachers to protect wildlife, they become hostile. The lion attacks again during all the commotion, and Nate decides this is the perfect time to steal one of the poachers' trucks. So he sets out to look for a person who last had the keys, a guy with a yellow shirt. That is not the guy with the yellow shirt. The guy Nate's looking for became nom-noms for the lion, so Nate has to be very discreet. This nigga wants to die.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. Like,
after a game of cat and mouse, pun intended, the girls start honking the corn. The corn? The corn? Can't talk, Jesus Christ. Don't leave that in. The girls start honking the horn back at the car, giving Nate a chance to steal the keys, but the lion has returned to the car.
Okay, I think we're gonna be good.
Are you sure about that?
It launches another attack, and Martin sacrifices himself to save the girls, ushering them out of the back of the car before it tips off the cliff. Gasoline covers Martin and the lion, so Martin pulls out his lighter and sparks it up. Martin was a real nigga, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I mean, not nigga, because he's white, but you know what I mean. Nate makes it back to the girls, but Mare is in bad shape due to the lion scratching her while she was escaping.
Let me take a look. Oh my God.
Is it bad?
No.
Yeah, very reassuring, Nate. After some backtracking, the family is able to make it as far as the abandoned school before running low on gas. So Nate takes the girls inside to patch up Mare.
All right? I think you're gonna be okay. All right? For now.
For now.
Okay, I'm playing.
Nigga, read the room. This is not the time for jokes. While Nate is looking for water, the lion pulls up with a burnt chip on her shoulder. Note to self, lions are immune to fire. The girls choose the worst hiding spot of all time. The lion can see straight through. You know what? Fuck it. Nate decides to lead the lion away from the school and towards the pride of lions they first saw at the beginning of the safari. Nate steadies his breath, readies his knife, thoughts of his daughters flashing in his head as he prepares himself for the fight of his life, and proceeds to get used like a chew toy for the next minute. The other lions jump the beast while it's turning Nate into pulled pork, and after the lion is finally dead, Bonji arrives with help as Nate loses consciousness. Nate wakes up in a hospital with the girls at his bedside, and they go see the hepatitis tree to celebrate the ending to this trauma bond vacation. All I'm saying is, none of this would have happened if they had just gone to Disneyland.